Dear students, let's examine some other issues and challenges among the students with regard to linguistic aspects. Issues with phonics and phonemic awareness. What is meant by phonics? Phonics is a method of teaching people to read by correlating sounds with the symbols in an alphabetic writing system. We learn words along with the sounds. So it's a method of teaching people to read by correlating sounds with the symbols. For example, alphabet A. Along with apple, we learn the alphabet. When the teacher says sound it out or pronounce the word, a student who has problems with the phonics and of phoneme awareness may find that hard to do. Sounds may be a bit difficult for some of the students. They have the problem with phonics. The student who has problems with the phonics has trouble associating a sound with a letter or letters. It may be very difficult for them to identify the sounds corresponding to the letters or letter combinations. Trouble with the decoding new words soon begins to affect reading comprehension. So this decoding skills may affect the learning process of new words that will affect their reading comprehension. Another set of problems or issues with auditory discrimination. A student may not be able to easily hear the difference between similar sounds. For example, a person may have a hard time, for example, hearing the difference between words such as bill or bell. Some students or some people may not be able to distinguish these two sounds or these two words. Example, here's crab instead of cram. And what is cram? Cram means try to learn a lot of things very quickly before an exam, which changes the meaning of a sentence. So they learn or listen to some other sounds and they may not be able to distinguish these two. I need to cram is different from I need to cram. So cram means I want to learn a lot of things quickly. Then issues with morphology and syntax. What is morpheme? Morpheme is a meaningful morphological unit of a language that cannot be further divided. Morphology is related to sounds. Syntax means the word order. Morphology is the study of words, how they are formed, how these words are formed, and their relationship to other words in the same language. A person may have a lot of trouble with the prefixes and suffixes. Prefixes, you know, the words that we add before a particular word. Degree, pre-degree, that's a prefix. Suffix, developed. For example, difficulty in understanding what preamble, preview, and prepare have in common. So when we use some words with the prefixes like preamble, preview, prepare, so they might feel very difficult to understand. He may have no trouble in understanding the meaning of the word work. The person who faces the challenge with morphology may not be able to find difficult with the word work. But he struggles with the word which is made up of three morphemes, unworkable. So that may be very difficult for the person to spell or learn. Issues with semantics. What is semantics? Semantics means the study of meaning in language. Semantics is the study of meaning in language. A person may have trouble with a flood of technical words that he has to use in mathematics, science or English like isosceles, triangle, cilia, precipitation or nominative. Nominative is a word from English. precipitation science class, or Celia from biology class, isosceles from mathematics class. So some students listen to a flood of words, a flood of technical words, then they find it difficult to, or they may have trouble with the words. He might do well with memorizing the definition of a word but cannot use them correctly in a sentence. Definition may be easily grasped, but definition may not be, that word may not be used properly in a sentence. Issues with discourse. What is discourse? Discourse is a term usually used to denote the spoken or written form of language. Some people are unable to sensibly connect sentences and paragraphs. It can be easily identified at the time when we go through the answers of students or assignments of students. They may not be able to sensibly connect sentences and paragraphs. The learner has good ideas for stories, does not seem to be able to get the ideas in the right order in a paragraph, story, or essay. That means writing may be in the form of a disorder and that may not have a logical connection with one another. That is a problem or issue with discourse. Another set of issues faced by learners of a second language, issues with the pragmatics. Pragmatics is a subfield of linguistics and semiotics. Semiotics means it's a study of signs and symbols and their use or interpretation. Semiotics means the study of signs and symbols and their use or interpretation. When we use language, we use a lot of symbols and signs. So that studies the ways in which this pragmatic study the ways in which context contributes to meaning. Some words we use, some sentences we use every day that has a particular meaning when those words or sentences are used in certain context. How a person says things can indicate whether he is angry, sympathetic, or friendly. So from the tone of a person, we can easily understand whether that person is friendly or angry. A person with weak language pragmatics. These clues and sometimes responds in inappropriate ways. That means they do not get the meaning from the tone of an angry man, from the tone of a friendly human being. Example, talk to his teacher like he talks to his friend. The teacher may say that he is being disrespectful. So they don't get the clue of speaking. They misses several clues. There's signals from words and sentences. These are called issues with pragmatics. Issues with meta-linguistic awareness. Meta-linguistic awareness means which refers to a person's knowledge of the intricacies of language. Intricacies of language means there are a lot of things in the language. They can be called intricacies of language and how it works. That awareness may be a problem for the students. If a person is weak in this area, he may not know what is and is not good English, and he may not be knowing good English. He may also miss out on puns. What do you mean by pun? Pun means words having different meanings, multiple shades of meaning, metaphors, multiple meaning words, analogies. Analogy means comparisons, the study of comparisons. Analogy. Okay, these are some sorts of issues with meta-linguistic awareness. Meta-linguistic awareness refers to person's knowledge of the intricacies of the language. Intricacies of the language means sometimes we use with multiple shades of meaning. Funny expressions, equivocal expressions, metaphorical expressions. These are meta-linguistic awareness. Next, I think all of you understood some of the challenges and issues faced by the students. I hope you understood. These are the some of the issues and challenges faced by the students. Thank you one and all.